Facility High School football Friday night. For the game tonight, Parkersburg South be hosting Lancaster, Ohio, and the Lancaster, Ohio team comes in here ranked number 10 in their division, and this is the second week the Parkersburg South Patriots have played an Ohio team that is ranked in their division, and last week, of course, South not looking very good, coming out to a horrific loss to Cambridge, so it's going to be a test for them to see if they can pick up a little more momentum than they had last week and try to come out here and give more of a game. Lancaster coming in here, haven't lost a game all season, very good, ranked number 10, like I said, in a very tough division, a high division in Ohio. The first time we've played Lancaster in a long time, and I have a feeling that it has something to do with Coach Crislett being the athletic director and being very good friends with the basketball coach that was at Lancaster who used to go to Parkersburg South, and that is one reason, I'm sure, why we got this game on the schedule. However, tonight, we're looking for a big game from Parkersburg South's quarterback, Shannon Pickett. Why? Because we had lost about 3 people last week in the loss to Cambridge. We lost one of our best defensemen, and he's a game-time decision. We're not sure if he's playing or not. We'll find out here at the beginning. But Corey Hamilton, as of right now, is listed as doubtful on the injury status report. Along with Chad Knox, he is out for this game with a shoulder injury. And then also we have out I've forgotten now who's out, but I'll let you know when I get the injury report upstairs. However, look for South to come out with a little bit different setup tonight, a little bit like WVU. We're going to run a little bit of the spread offense, and if you watched WVU beat up on Maryland last night, you're going to see some of the same things, but we've got to try to get this defense off guard. We can't run it up the middle because we just can't lose anybody else inside. Cody Nutter's going to have a big game at the fullback position tonight, as well as Shannon Pickett throwing the football. If he can throw the football tonight, we should be okay. And the beginning of the season, Shannon Pickett was throwing the ball great. Last week, he didn't have time to throw the football, therefore it wasn't there. So tonight, we have to have time to throw the football. That is key. The line has to do their job tonight, and the defense is really going to have to step it up because they got one of the best running backs in the nation, and he is very good and he's very big and can run outside as well. So we're looking for a great game here tonight at the Erickson All Sports Facility. Parkersburg South 2-1 on the season so far. We need to take a break. We'll be back here on the pregame show after this. You're watching CAS Channel 45. And welcome to Friday Night Football here at the Erickson All Sports Facility. Parkersburg South football tonight. I am Dwayne Sponseller, alone once again as my partner is out reffing. So I'm going to have it all for you again by myself, and hopefully he'll be back next week. So I hope you don't get tired of hearing my voice, but you're going to have to hear it for the rest of this evening as we host the Lancaster Golden Gales from Lancaster, Ohio, and they are one big physical football team. One of the higher divisions in Ohio, of course, divisions over there, we play AAA. They're like Division 1, 2, 3, and they are huge and ranked number 10. They were ranked nationally at one time, so they are really out to see what they can do to a West Virginia football team. Not a very often occurrence does an Ohio team get to play a West Virginia team unless you're a river team. But Lancaster is actually in the middle of Ohio, so they've traveled a little ways to get here. It's not too far. So we're in for a good one here tonight. Parkersburg South, like I said, injury-ridden this season so far. We've lost 3 of our starters, 1 on defense, 2 on our offensive side, 2 of our halfbacks. We're down to 1 halfback fullback. So Cody Nutter is really going to have to take on the load here this evening as the captains went on the field, and Parkersburg South won the toss and has elected to receive this evening. So we will see the Patriots and their general Shannon Pickett out on the field first after the kickoff. Back to receive the kickoff for the Patriots is number 41, Corey McPherson, and number 37, of course, Sean Coe, our 2 running backs. And Lancaster has brought a crowd, and Parkersburg South, known for their big crowds, doesn't have as big a crowd this evening as usual. However, Lancaster has brought a crowd from, and here we go. The ball is squibbed down the middle of the field. It's going to be picked up by one of the Sean Coe's going to pick it up, and it's going to be bobbled around and down at about the 15-yard line. So great job. The kicker did his job. Lancaster did their job and pins Parkersburg South deep in their own territory to begin the first drive of the game. And like I said, South's going to have to rebound after a terrible loss last week. They had just a tough time getting anything going. Injuries killed them last week. Shannon had no time to throw the football. And tonight, let's see what happens. They're going to come out in the typical I set. Actually going to set an offset I this time to the left side with Cody under backfield. Shannon Pickett under center. Going to send the guy in motion. We're going to run it to that side. Sean Coe now running to the outside. He's got running room up to the 20 to the 25. Well, let's call him out at about the 23-yard line. A pickup of we'll say about 6 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Patriots. So Sean Coe getting a little bit of the wing back action here this evening because of the absence of Jason Minner. So we'll be calling his name very often, a sophomore out of Edison Junior High last year. Very good player, very strong physical player. We'll be mentioning his name quite a bit this evening. Pickett, no backs in the backfield this time. A wing T without the T. Let's tap out, roll out to the left. He's got running room. He's got a guy wide open. And that pass is completed to number 40, tight end. Well, we don't have a number 40. And that's because it's not number 40, that's number 48, and that is right. Now, okay, Cody Nutter out of the backfield. So Cody Nutter lining up as the tight end on the right side. And a pickup of about, we'll say, 9 yards on the play and a Patriot first down. So great job here on the first couple plays for the Patriots as they pick up a well-needed first down to get their confidence back from last week's massacre. And now here we go, Parkersburg South quarterback Shannon Pickett in the shotgun. Don't see this very much in the spread offense like I mentioned at the beginning of the pregame. Screen play inside, and it's going to be dropped, and he wouldn't have had much anyway. Pass was intended for Stephen Rouse, the freshman out of Blennerhassett Junior High. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. Here in the first quarter of play, a beautiful night for football. It's been raining all week. I know Wednesday night in my game, Coach in Edison, we had a monsoon in Roane County. We played through it. And so luckily tonight the rain is going to hold off. We're going to have a beautiful night. The field looks in okay shape, and here we go. Snap, outside handoff to Sean Coe, and he's going nowhere. Get a loss of about 3 yards on the play. Bring up 3rd down and long for the Patriots, and this is a situation the South did not want to get in because they will bring the blitz. And there's going to have to be a lot of checkoffs, a lot of check downs. We're going to have to see if Patriot quarterback Shannon Pickett can stand in the pocket. We'll roll out and maybe get some yardage off this, maybe get a pass off, downfield. 3rd down and about 13 yards. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line of the Patriots. Shannon's going to roll out to the outside. He's got nothing, so he's going to tuck it and run. Going to use his skills, and he's going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a couple yards in front, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Patriots. So the drive stalls after one first down for the Patriots. And the Lancaster Golden Gales have done their job on defense, and we're going to get the ball back here. So just 2 minutes off the clock for the Patriots as they back to punt. It's the quarterback, Shannon Pickett, and I'll explain why here in just a second. And that ball will roll out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And as you're wondering, why is the quarterback punting? Well, our punter, Corey Hamilton, has been injured and obviously is not playing in the game this evening. So we had to go back to Shannon Pickett going to be the punter. He's going to be a running punter. He'll roll out to the right side. He'll take about 10 steps, and he'll just punt it. And he'll make a roller down the outside and let them not have to have a return. And that way we'll just make sure that they don't get any big returns on us. And that's a great punt. Knocks them back down to their own 24-yard line, exactly where South will start. Where the Golden Gales of Lancaster will start. So, inside handoff to their big bruiser back. That's number 1, Georgie Carpenter, their big fullback I talked about in the pregame show. And he will be running all night long as well as number 31. They have 2 big bruising running backs, and they will hit you. They're physical. And that's a good pickup of 5 yards. Some poor tackling there for South. They're going to have to do more than arm tackle this evening if they're going to stop these 2 running backs of Lancaster. Stoughton going to run the option this time. Something South hasn't seen this year so far. And he'll pick up the first down and pick up about 6 yards on the outside. Decided to keep the ball instead of pitch it. And Stoughton is a very, very good quarterback. He's rated very highly. He's been recruited by a lot of people. He is a senior, 6'3", 210 pounds, so a great stature for this quarterback. He can throw the football. We'll see him throw some passes this evening as well. So Stoughton up under center. He's got the wing T offense just like South runs. Tight end's going to switch sides. Sends a guy in motion, going to run a play just like South. And a great job there. Wonderful penetration there by number 53, Kyle Wine for the Patriots. Great job getting in the backfield and dropping the running back for a loss. And that's Jesse Reed running football. So a loss of 1. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Golden Gales. Going to run the same play to the right side this time. And he's going to pick up about 6 yards. So right now the battle being won by the Golden Gales up front, and they have some big old offensive linemen up front. I mean, there's kids up there 320-some pounds, 330 pounds. These guys are big. Running the ops. So Stoughton on the keeper once again for the Golden Gales on the option, and he'll pick up the 1st down on the 3rd down and 6th play. So a great play call once again by the Golden Gales. And right now the Parkersburg South Patriots defense is just not getting any of that pressure. They happen one play, but they're going to have to do it more than once to get this team stopped. Roll out and pass this time off the option. He's got a guy wide open down the field, and it's going to be picked off by Shannon Piggott. So the quarterback not only doing his job, we got a flag down. Wait, just hold on just 1 second. There's a flag down back here, and it's from the sideline, so we might have an offsides call. And if that's the case, it will be brought back. All right, it's going to be against the Golden Gales. So the interception will stand. It's an illegal shift. And so not a very good thrown ball there by Stoughton. I was just talking good about him, and he threw a very weak ball. He had the guy open. If he would have put a little more under it, it would have been a touchdown. Piggott got back to his position, got underneath the ball, and intercepted it right at the 22-yard line. So drive stalled for the Gales with interception. So turnover number 1 for the Parkersburg South Patriots, and they are making a living on turnovers, especially through the air and interceptions. So Shannon Piggott under center. Now we're going to go back to the T offense with one receiver to the right. That is Stephen Roush. So Piggott under center now. He's going to hand the ball off to, I believe that was Cody Nutter, and it was. Cody Nutter will pick up. He got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard, bring up 2nd down and long for the Patriots. And you think the offensive line was big, the defensive line is just as big, and it's going to be very tough to get inside and run, but you got to run inside so you can run outside, so they're not cheating the outsides all night long with the linebackers. Piggott shifting his line. He's got plenty of time on the play clock. Snaps the ball. He's going to roll out to that side. He's got pressure coming from the outside. It's really football and just throws it away, and there's going to be a roughing the passer call on. Piggott got rid of the ball, threw it out of bounds. Great job. His outside tackle box did his job, and there's a flag down, and that will be roughing the passer. And it is. That'll be a 15-yard personal foul penalty against the Golden Gales. And so instead of being backed up 3rd down and long, the Golden Gales I know. So instead of being backed up 3rd down now, it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line of the Patriots. So another 1st down for the Patriots. And there, you just got to give the quarterback time to throw the ball. I mean, you got to give. He can throw the football, but if you hit him after he's released the ball too late, they're going to throw the penalty. They're really trying to protect quarterbacks in every age of football. And here we go, a little bit of no huddle. Something you'd see WVU do. Right now we're really switching everybody around. Piggott checking the play off at the line. We'll send the guy in motion. And that's going to be a busted play. So some miscommunication there for the Patriots as they're going to lose about 10 yards on the play to bring up 2nd down and 20. So Bring up second down and 17 for the Patriots. And there was a case of just doing too much shifting at the line. You had everyone confused, and someone didn't run the right play. The quarterback might have even forgot, and the line didn't do their job, so therefore there was just a busted, really bad play. So Pickett under center now. He's got nobody in the backfield. Going to roll out to the right side. He's got Cody Nutter open. Ball is completed and out of bounds. Pickup of about 10 yards on the play. So a good pass and catch there to Cody Nutter. The second time we've seen that play this evening. And it'll bring up third down and 9 yards for the Patriots. So Pickett doing his job with the arm right now. Let's see if the running game can get it going and get some balance. And let's get this ball up the field. We're going to see the same set. One receiver. And we're going to have a penalty. Well, no, he picked up the flag. And this is going to be really close for the Patriots. Great run there by Cody Nutter inside. And I was checking the play over on the other side. We actually had a guy come out of the huddle and go, I'm sorry, because it was a no huddle. He went out of the game, and he's not supposed to do that. I was afraid they were going to call a flag. But it looks like it's going to be short concerning where the down marker is compared to the actual yardage marker. And they're going to bring the change out for a measurement. From this point, it looks very short, but then again, I've always been wrong. So, and it's a first down. So again, I'm wrong. And so a great pickup of 9 yards, caught the Golden Gales off guard. I think they were going to thought that was going to be a pass, and they brought Cody Nutter and set him in the backfield just at the last second and ran him straight up the middle, and a good cutback, and that's a pickup of 9 yards right on the dot, very close. And it'll bring up first down right about the 46-yard line of the Parkersburg South Patriots. So right now the Parkersburg South Patriots are looking a lot better than they did last week, and this has really got to get the confidence not only of the offense but the defense as well. So General Pickett underneath the center. He's got two backs to the backfield and one slot guy to the left. He's going to just hand it off up inside to Cody Nutter. Keeps turning his legs. He'll pick up about 2 yards on the forward progress. So second down and 8 now for the Patriots. As Pickett will bring his clan up to the ball. He'll send Cody Nutter to the backfield, a slot guy to the left, the slot guy to the right. We call that the wing T with one receiver to the left. That is Stephen Roush. He'll send Sean Cohen motion to the outside, and he's going to go to the sidelines and find nothing. And a flag out here, and this could be a hold or a personal foul. And I would think that's in the area of a hold or a false start. So we'll see what the flag is. They're talking to the Lancaster guy, which means it's on south. And they're going to decline that because that'll back them up another 10 yards anyway, plus the loss of down. So that'll bring up third down, and it is a hold. So third down and a mile for the Parkersburg South Patriots on a passing down. We'll see if they just take it conservative and run up the middle and try to play the field position battle, or if they actually try and go for it here. Pickett's going to be brought down for a loss, and I'm not sure everybody was on the same page there again. So big old Ashton, number 55 there on the sack, and that'll bring up fourth down and long. And now instead of being in good field position, they're going to give that field position away because now it's about fourth down and 30. And instead of being at midfield where they should be, They're way back at the 32-yard line where they're going to punt the ball away at about the 22. And with the play clock running down, South is going to have to call a timeout. And that's the first timeout for either team, and we need to take a timeout because I need break for my breath. You're watching Parkersburg South football on CAS Channel 45, the home of the Parkersburg South Patriots. We'll be back right after this. So Shannon Piggott back here to punt for the Patriots on 4th down and long. Ball snapped back perfectly to Piggott, and he'll kick a nice boot. Man, that's a good old kick. The very line drive, so he's going to have plenty of room. And a big return back out to where Parkersburg South Patriots original line of scrimmage was. So the net is 0 on the punt after the run back, but a great punt, just not enough hang time and had way too much time to take that one back. So the Golden Gales back out for their second opportunity with Horton underneath the center. Going to hand it off inside to one of their big backs. He's going to be stood up, but he's still keeping those feet moving. And it's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards there. That's Georgie Carpenter on the carry again, a 5'11" senior, 204 pounds. So 2nd down 7, pick up of 3 yards on the play. So Stoughton underneath center. He's got one guy to the left, one guy to the right, and the wing T offense going to hand it off again to the same. We're actually going to run the option this time, even fake me out a little bit. Will be 3rd down 3, a pickup. So good job on containment there by the defensive ends, keeping that option play to a minimum. And a very doable 3rd down and 3 here for the Golden Gales. Hand it off inside, and Parkersburg South does their job. Great tackle there by number 45, Zach Sally, who is in the game for Corey Hamilton tonight. And so he's going to have to fill in some big shoes as we've lost Corey Hamilton, one of our best defensive backs, and Sally in at the linebacker position tonight, fill his spot. And looks like the punting unit for the Gales is going to come on the field. And so it looks like they're going to do the field position battle. And I will want to mention that the punter and kicker, both for the Golden Gales, is very, very good. And if they get anywhere inside the 30-yard line, even the 35-yard line, they will attempt a field goal. But they're just outside of his range, so they're going to try and punt the ball and knock the Patriots deep in their own territory, and we'll see how that goes here. High end over end kick, and it's going to bounce backwards. Not a good bounce for the Gales, and knock out right about the 19-yard line, and that's where the Parkersburg South Patriots will take over. So still no score in the first quarter, and both teams right now playing very good defense. And I can't help to mention, I don't think you guys have seen him. We might have seen him in the pregame, but the student section for Lancaster, who travels with their team every game, no matter where they go, they have these really, really bright green shirts, and you can always tell where they go. They're called the Fulton Fanatics, and for Fulton Stadium where they play their games at, and they are one now bunch. And when you go play basketball there, they're even worse. So a big following for them. And here we go, running up the middle once again. And a pickup of about a half a yard for Cody Nutter. And there's just no room inside to run. But like I said at the beginning, you've got to run the ball inside, because if you continually run outside, then they're just going to sit on it. But right now, the only thing working for the Patriots on offense is that passing game. And if we can keep the passing game going, we can get that running lanes open a little bit better. But we have to be able to complete passes throughout the evening. Piggott's going to roll out to the outside. He's got nowhere to go, and he's just going to be brought down. And now they've realized what South's doing, just rolling the ball outside, so they're going to bring both corners and not going to give Shannon Tigg the time to throw the football. And now we are backed up inside the 10-yard line, stacked all the way back to the 9. That'll bring up third down and about 24 to go. And this might end the first quarter play, depending on if we, and it is. Sanche's going to walk over to his sideline, and that will change ends. So the score after one period of play at the Erickson All Sports Facility, the Lancaster Golden Gales 0 and the Parkersburg South Patriots 0. That's the end of the first quarter. We need to take a break. You're watching Parkersburg South Patriot football on CAS Channel 45. We will be back right after this. And we are back here at the Erickson All Sports Facility for the beginning of the second quarter of play. Parkersburg South Patriots hosting the Lancaster Golden Gales. The score 0-0 here at the beginning of the first half. Defense is playing very well for both sides. And Lancaster, after seeing what happened with South last week against Cambridge, might have come in thinking, well, we might just be able to run over them as well. And, of course, South never backs down to any challenge. They just had a really, really bad game last week, and their confidence seems to be back a little bit on offense, but they just can't seem to get up front and block enough for Piggott to get enough time. So third down once again and long for the Patriots to begin the second quarter. Piggott in the shotgun formation this time. Going to have to roll out to the outside. It's got the pass complete there to number 41, Corey McPherson out of the backfield. And that's a pickup of close to, we'll say, about 12 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down and 8 and a punting situation for the Patriots once again. So now Shannon will go back to the back and do his punting duties as he is the quarterback, punter, and safety for the Patriots. Now we've got so many injuries. Roll out to the outside right and kick it. End over end kick's going to bounce at the 50. And tripped up there. So the Golden Gulf will get a very good field position at their, in the Parkersburg South Patriot territory, about the 43-yard line, and we have an injured Patriot, and that's the last thing that the South Patriots need is another injury. I don't care who it is. It seems like this year has just totally dried out everybody on the defensive side and offensive side. And Brandon Knoll, the injured Patriot, shaking up on the play there for an instant, and he is being helped off by the coaches, but walking very gingerly. It looks either on his knee or his ankle or something, but he is one of our starting guards, so very, very bad situation for the South Patriots. And there's a picture of Brandon, one of our offensive tackles and defensive tackles. So right now a big loss for the Patriots, and we'll see what happens to him. So an end-around handoff here to one of their big backs, number 32 this time for the Lancaster Golden Gales. That's Trent Correll. I'm sorry, Jesse Reed, if I get my numbers right. Yes, Jesse Reed on the carry, a pickup of about 6 yards on the end around, and that'll bring up second down and half the distance for the Golden Gales, as the defense for Parkersburg South is really going to have to dig in now to try to hold this Golden Gale defense to at least a field goal. Wing T offense for the Golden Gales, going to go up, pass it this time to the outside, just out of the hands. I'm sorry, out of the reach of the hands of number 32. There we go. Now it was Trent Crowell there looking for the pass. So that'll bring up third down and 5, and that was one of the fake option plays. And instead of optioning it or running it himself, he stepped back and tried to throw the football. Actually did have one of our safeties bite. If the ball was out there, he had plenty of room, but just overthrown, bring up third down and 5. Stoughton under center, wing T again. We'll run the option this time to the outside, and he is going to be stuffed short. Great job by the outside corner there. That is number 8 filling in tonight. That is Jack Fickeisen. He's a starter anyway. There's the other side where Corey Hamilton was injured, and Zach Fickeisen actually moved to the left side where Hamilton was. So great job there by Fickeisen coming up on the tackle. And it'll bring up fourth down and 2, and definitely out of the reach for the kicker. and definitely in the reach for a running play or a fourth down attempt for the Golden Gales. As the student section gets behind their Golden Gales, let's see what the South Patriots can do here on defense. Totten under center. Full loaded backfield and a counter handoff, and he's got plenty of room, and he's going to score. Touchdown there by the fullback, Georgie Carpenter, on the counter play, and the first 6 points scored by the Golden Gales here this evening at the Erickson All Sports facility. So we'll get ready for the point after attempt. So a 10-17 to go on the clock in the second quarter. The South Patriots give up the first touchdown of the game. Kicker Brian Widener in for the kick. It is blocked and no good. So the point after attempt blocked there by the Patriots, so a great job there, as instead of being 7 points, and that can be a big difference in any football game. I don't care what level you're playing. If you kick an extra point, and it puts an extra point on the board, even in junior high now, where I coach at Edison, we have a kicker who, and you don't see kicking very often in junior high games. Most people go for 2, and it can really make an outcome of a game. If you're winning 7-6 because a team couldn't get the ball in the end zone on a 2-point conversion, you've won the football game, even though you've scored the same really on the field. It's just the kicking game actually won the game for you. So a very good kicker can actually help you, but it can also hurt you if you don't have one who can kick it in. Now this kicker here for Lancaster happens to be very, very good. I just don't know if the snap was bad, there's too much penetration, weren't expecting it or what, but that could cost the Gales. But then again, if it might not have any aspect of the game later on, depending on the score. It really depends on what the score becomes at the end of the fourth quarter. So the left-footed kicker back now. He'll kick it from the left hash mark. It's booted to about the 10-yard line where Cody Nutter, Corey McPherson on the return, and he'll return it out to about the 27-yard line, so about a return of 17 yards, and that's where Shannon Piggott and his troops will take over and try to even this game up for the Patriots. South going back to their original running set. Cody Nutter up the middle. Got some running room this time. Pick up of about 7 yards. I'll say give him 6 yards on the play. So the first running room since that third down conversion there in the first quarter. And that'll bring up second down and 4 for the Patriots. Inside handoff once again to Cody Nutter. Keeps turning it forward. Progress is going to give him close to the first down. He'll be about a yard short. Maybe about a yard and a half. It'll bring up third down and a very doable 2 yards for the Patriots. And this is the area where you want to be on third down. You don't want third down and 10. You definitely don't want third down and 19. And in 3 separate occasions this evening, we have been way over 20 yards on third down. And that's just really not possible to get. And we're going to measure this one, and I know for a fact that we don't have this one. Now, if I'm wrong again, I just have really bad sight. But they're going to go ahead and measure it. So week number 4 in the WVSSAC football season, as we have plenty more to go, and it is short. It'll be third down and about a foot to go for the Patriots. And like I said in the pregame, even if South were to lose tonight and go 2-2, that's not the end of the season. However, 3-1 sounds a lot better, especially when your next two games are Brooke here next week, and then we have to travel to PHS, and PHS is looking very, very good this year once again, as they always are. And so that will always be fun, of course, this year being played at Stadium Field across the river. So everyone looking forward to that game. But these next two games are very important for this Patriot offense, or for the whole Patriot team for that matter. They really need to get into that game with a over 500 record, get a chance for the playoffs in the second part of the season. And Shannon Pickett's going to slip through there, and he got through all the way down to the 44-yard line. He did it so fast, he did it on his own cadence, him in the center, and a pickup of about 21 yards on the quarterback sneak up the middle. They didn't have time for the defense to move. He was already through there. And I apologize. I needed to go get me some water. My mouth's already getting dry, and I'm losing my voice and have some kids up here in the box. So, and after a good pickup by the Patriots, they kind of stall on offense, and that'll bring up fourth down and I believe a punting situation for the Patriots, and it is. And we're going to try to play the field position battle. And if the South Patriots can go into halftime, even with a 6-0 deficit, they've played a very good first half. They just really need to figure out what's wrong on offense, especially up front, and try to get some more first downs and move the ball. Ball snapped back. Piggott will boot the ball down to about the 10-yard. It might hit. He's going to pick it up. That would have gone in the end zone. And he's got running room. And there's no one. And Shannon Pickett's going to nail him right at the 30-yard line. And there's going to be a block in the back, too. So that's going to be brought back from the flag. So it's not going to be as big a return as it may seem. But a very good job there by the returner. He was almost tackled at the 1-yard line, got to the outside, and they're going to talk about the penalty. And that's in the vicinity of a block in the back, so we'll see what the call is. And it is a block in the back, so that'll bring it up back 10 yards from where it was spotted, or where the flag was, so that'll knock them back inside the 20-yard line. We'll say right at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Golden Gulf will start their drive. The first and 10 Lancaster with 6 minutes left to go. They got plenty of time to get down the field, and let's see what Staunton and his clan has for this drive. An inside handoff. And a pickup of about 16 yards. So right there's a big chunk. That'll stop the clock. And South's defense is really going to have to dig in now. They're getting a little bit tired. They're getting beat up. They're really going to have to dig down inside deep within themselves and find a way to stop this Golden Gale offense, who's just right now clicking on all cues. And a big run for a touchdown there by backup fullback Trent Crowell. Just the same play that they scored on the first time, run it to the opposite side, and right now Parkersburg South defense just looks tired. So again, going to send the kicker out. No, they're going to keep. They're not going to. Well, let's see if they kick it this time. I don't think they are. Yeah, they're going to try to go for two because they're going to try and get the point back that they missed in the first score. So Stoughton under center. And he's easily in. There's the score, Lancaster 14. And the Parkersburg South Patriots 0. So Parkersburg South, like I was hoping they would dig in there, but 2 plays later the score, they go drive 80 yards. 1 play for 16 and 1 play for 54 yards. And that puts them down 14 points, and they really, really can't go down more than 14 points at the half. 14 points is not a big deficit to overcome. They're going to have to get in at halftime, make some adjustments. So back deep to receive, once again, Corey McPherson and Sean Kof with the Patriots. And a big boot down to the 5-yard line, and here comes Corey McPherson once again, going to run to the right side, and he's just going to have no room. They're kicking it to the short side, and he's running to the short side, going to be brought down there quickly by number 80, Josh Miller, and that's where the Parkersburg South Patriots, with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go on the clock in the first half, will begin their next set of downs. Pickett, 3-step drop, going to throw one deep, and broken up at the last second. Good coverage there. Ball was intended for Stephen Rouse, the freshman receiver, broken up nicely by number 6, Tyler Evans. Inside handoff to Cody Nutter. Pick up about 4 yards on the play to bring up third down for the Patriots. Pickett under center, gets Cody Nutter in the backfield, going to roll out to the left side. He'll have to take it himself. I think it's going to be hit, and it's going to be very close to a first down, and that's what you got to do. You've got to take things into your own hands, even if you get hit hard. This is football. You know, it doesn't matter if you get hit. He picked up the first down. And I'll tell you what, they spotted the ball way farther forward, and then they just moved it back about a half yard. So now it may seem that they don't have it, but it's very, very, very close. So, again, they'll bring out the chains. So first down for the Patriots. And a fresh set of downs with 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Still plenty of time for Parkersburg South to get into the end zone here. And any kind of score to get the Patriots on the scoreboard and some confidence back into their helmets would be great. So take it with the wing T look with Stephen Rouse split out wide to the right side. And if they call this a false start, I'm going to be very angry because they were drawn off sides by a blitzing linebacker who actually stepped over the line. And we'll see. They might pick up the flag, but they shouldn't. I mean, they can't because it wasn't a play, but they have to call this. But if it was dead ball, they can't call it on the defense now. But if they do call it on Patriots, it's not a good call because he was drawn off sides by a blitzing linebacker who stepped over the line and he's just protecting himself. So we'll see. In high school football, you're not allowed to cross over the line. And they did call it. The exact call that I said had to be called because in high school football, I don't care if it isn't that way in Ohio, in West Virginia, you cannot blitz a linebacker step over the line. Once you step over the line, it's called encroachment, and you cannot cross over that line anytime as a defender. You have to stay on your side. In college, it's not that way, and in the NFL, it's not that way. You got time to get back. In high school, you have to be able to have time to do it. Ball was in the hands, nicely thrown ball there by Piggott. It was in the hands of 14 Zach McMullen in the backfield or out in the flats, but dropped. And that'll bring up second down and 5 for the Patriots. Pickett under center, handoff inside to Cody Nutter, and he's just going to be upended right where he started off at. Great tackle there by number 28 inside linebacker Chase. Oh no, I'm sorry, Cameron Falls. The third down on about 4.5 yards for the Patriots, and a throwing down perhaps. We'll see what. And we're going to have timeout on the field for an official timeout. And they're looking at Cody Nutter's helmet. So third down and 4 now. Shannon Piggott in the shotgun formation. Going to step back, going to throw it, and it's going to be tipped. So they brought everybody, and they got the ball. So fourth down and 4 in a punting situation for the Patriots, and they've got to punt the football. And a very short punt to the right side, down at about the 43-yard line, and that's where the Golden Gales will take over with plenty of time. Once again, still 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Staunton under center, going to hand it off to the outside. Piggott's going to come up, and it's going to be burnt to the outside. And a pickup of about 10 yards on the play, and that'll be a first down for the Gales. So right now, defense just not seeing where the ball is going. Great execution by the Golden Gales in their option offense. And we're going to have another measurement. More measurements this evening in any football game I've seen in a long time. Right now, Parkersburg South's defense just looks dejected. They're tired. They're getting beat up front because the offensive line for Lancaster is just so big, and it's just so hard to move them and try to get into the gaps. And right now, they're just having a hard time. Lancaster executing on all cylinders. Their offense looks good because of execution. You know, the coach can call the play in as the play that he wants, but it might not look good because the execution is not there. And that's the job of the players, is to execute as much as possible. And right now, Lancaster doing that on every aspect, on offense and defense. Option pass this time. It's going to go deep. Be caught and tackled it right at the 5-yard line. Great play, option pass out there to number 5. Pitch and catch for Sean Blankenship, the split-in senior 6'1", 185-pounder. And a great 40-yard pass there, and it'll be down first and goal for the Golden Gales at the 9-yard line. Run the option to the outside, going to pitch it to the outside. It's going to be brought down just shy of the end zone there by a nice open field tackle there for Parkersburg South, number 37, Sean Coe, now in on defense making the play. Bring up second down and goal from the 2. Untouched in the end zone. Second touchdown of the night for Georgia Carpenter. And right now, Parkersburg South just looks like they have nothing left in them. So 20, maybe 21 unanswered points for the Golden Gales. And right now, they have exploded here in the first half, or in the second quarter of play. The score is 0-0 after 1. Parkersburg South held in there, but now 20 to zip, pending the extra point here for the Golden Gales. This time the kick is up and good. So with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first half, Lancaster High School 21, the Parkersburg South Patriots 0. And for the second week in a row, the Ohio team is getting the best of the West Virginia team, and Parkersburg South is going to have to go back to the drawing board at halftime. Parkersburg South again at home next week for homecoming festivities this week. So South students will have a fun time this upcoming week for homecoming, of course, capped off by the homecoming dance and homecoming game. Next Friday night, they are hosting Brooke for the 4th straight home game here at the Erickson Sports Facility. 4 of the 5 home games that the Parkersburg South Patriots will play here at the Erickson Sports Facility. Of course, they'll have one over on the north side, which is kind of like a home game. So here we go to kick off with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go. The ball is booted down to about the 10-yard line where McPherson bumbles the football and is going to have to get up the field. He's got plenty of running room now because he's gotten by everybody. And going to be taken down about the 35-yard line on a good hit, but good field position for the Patriots. And let's see if they can do something with the ball here on first down. Pickett into shotgun formation now. Bad snap. He's just going to have to run with it. And a good pickup on a busted snap there. Pickup about 6 yards. So good job. Smart play there by Shannon Pickett. Just keep the ball knowing that he wouldn't have time to get the play off to a receiver. So some nice nifty moves. Looking like his favorite NFL player Mike Vick back there, but just a little bit slower, of course. Pickett under center this time. He's going back to the normal set. And plenty of running room for Cody Nutter to the outside. And a good pickup of about 15, I was giving about 18 yards on the carry. No, I'm sorry, 15 yards on the carry. And now Parkersburg South for the first time into the Golden Gale territory. And let's see if they can get something going here right before halftime. Clock moving on, 1 minute and 51 seconds here in the second quarter of play. And an inside handoff, and this time it's going to go nowhere to Cody Nutter. South with 2 timeouts left. They're going to try to save them here for the under the minute, I would think. South then again may be content to just stop and let the clock run and go into halftime with the score 21-0 and not make any mistakes. Spigot's going to roll out to the left. Overthrows Nutter. So the clock stops with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. So 3rd down and 10 now for the Patriots from the 43-yard line. So Pickett in shotgun formation with Cody Nutter to the left of him this time. We'll step back. Blitzes. We'll get rid of the football down the field, and instead of keep going, he jumps. And it will be incomplete, and that will leave a minute on the clock. And I'm not really sure about that play call. Being down 21-0. I know you're trying to get back in the game, but I would just want to get out of halftime out of the first half with a 21-0 deficit and try to get yourself going in the second half. Now you're giving your opposing team a minute to do something with the football, and with a kicker as good as, with a leg as good as the kicker that Lancaster has, if they can get down within the range, they'll attempt a field goal no matter how long it is. So instead of punting the football, we decide to throw the ball short. And I'm not particularly sure of that call, but that's why I'm in the booth and not a head coach. So that'll bring the ball to the 40-yard, well, I'll say, where's the ball spotted? The 43-yard line. And plenty of time, 54 seconds to go here. I would have punted the ball in that situation. But now the defense is really going to have to step up and see if they can stop them here, not let any more points on the board. We'll go deep to the tight end down the right, left side, and it's going to be caught. So there's a big chunk of it, and just like I said, instead of trying to run the clock out and go in at halftime, here we are, ball down to the inside the 30-yard, or well inside of field goal range. Ball stop getting out of bounds on the first down, and the clock will start to begin here on the whistle, but that gives plenty of time for the Gales to get up there without any time running off the clock. Fumble. And South has it. So South dodges a bullet as Stoughton fumbles the ball as he was trying to hand it off. And South averts big disaster here in the second quarter of play. And now the Patriots will do well to sit on it and go in at halftime down 21-0. So very good job. Well, paying attention to the defense there. At least they weren't so dejected they forgot and realized the ball was on the ground. So now South Patriots, I'm sure, will run the ball, try to not have a mistake of their own here late in the quarter. Although Pickett is deep in shotgun formation. He'll send 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left, spread offense. Six seconds to go here in half. And we'll see if they just decide to run one or throw one. Pickett's going to throw a deep ball. And that'll do. The end of the first half. The score, Lancaster 21, the Parkersburg South Patriots 0. Stay tuned. And we are back here at the Erickson Sports Facility. Again, the score, Parkersburg South 0, Lancaster 21. And talk a little bit about what's going to come up here next week on CAS Channel 45, the Parkersburg South homecoming game against Brooke. They're going to host Brooke this year for homecoming, a very early homecoming game, actually. Not used to that, and I was even kind of stunned when they told me that today, and I almost forgot about it. So next week here again, Erickson Sports Facility, Parkersburg South football against Brooke. And then, of course, the following week will be the game on CAS Channel 45 against PHS at Stadium Field. So the next couple weeks, big-time football here in the area. And, of course, football is becoming big everywhere, and that flows through all the way down through the Pee Wee leagues. Right now, Blenner Hess and Edison doing a great job in junior high. Both teams are undefeated right now. And, of course, the junior leagues, there are so many teams on the south side. You got Mineral Wells, the Junior Patriots, who play right here across from the Erickson Sports Facility. You got the Tri-C Bullets, and and the Gobby Warhawks, of course. So football becoming very, 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 very big. And in the past years, back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, remember Parkersburg South just did not have a very good football program. And after the state championship, I'm sorry, February that we won, and all the wins that we've continued to have. Kids are getting very interested in football as well as many other sports, and the athletics here in Parkersburg are very big and some of the biggest in the state, if not the country. So this area is doing a great job in football, basketball, wrestling, track, you name it. This area is one of the best in the state, if not the country, when it comes to athletics. So that is a great tribute to the great administration in this area, the Board of Education, the teachers, the students. Everybody's doing a great job, and it's just making everybody enjoy it. Look at this stadium. The stadium is nice. Stadium field is wonderful. Williamstown, one of the best football teams in single A. St. Mary's having a great year. Their football program is coming around. This is definitely the best area for football, if not, definitely in the state, in my opinion, and sometimes in the country, if you ask me. And I've been to a lot of places and seen a lot of football games, and the atmosphere here at the Erickson Sports Facility over at Stadium Field, it's just amazing. And when you go to a basketball game, it's the exact same way. So we're looking forward to a great couple next weeks. PHS, of course, against South in 2 weeks, and South against Brook next week. I'm going to have to get back up to the booth. We got about 3 minutes and a half until the beginning of the second half. We'll take some commercial breaks, and I'll be back in the booth to begin the second half. You're watching Parkersburg South Patriot Football on CAS Channel 45. We'll be back right after this. And back in the booth here at the Erickson Sports Facility. Parkersburg South football on CS Channel 45. Lancaster up on the Patriots 21-0. And a very, very bad quarter for the Parkersburg South Patriots. Very bad second quarter, I should say. The first quarter looked pretty good. It was a little off on offenses for both teams, but the Lancaster really picked it up in the second quarter. South's defense got a little bit tired. And so there's for the score 21-0 with 2 turnovers actually by the Golden Gales of Lancaster, but South just unable to do anything with the football once they got it back. So right now a big hole for the South Patriots going to have to get out of. As the captains will come across the field, we still have, the clock went off, but of course you got to bring the captains back out, so that always brings up a little more time on the clock. So we'll keep it here, and we'll just talk a little bit about what's left of the game. What the South Patriots are going to have to do, and they're going to have to do a lot. They're going to have to really come out fired up on offense. First thing they're going to have to do is going to stop them on defense, because Lancaster's going to get the ball back, because they kicked off in the first half. So the first thing they got to do is they got to get a stop. And if they can get the stop, get some momentum going, get an offensive score, that might help. They've really, really got to capitalize on the first couple possessions, because once they get into the fourth quarter, they're going to get a high dosage of run, and the clock's going to run, and they're going to run themselves right out of time. So the first thing you got to do is you got to score on one of your first couple possessions just to get back in the football game. So here comes the teams back out on the field once again. And we'll get started here in the second half of play. Crowd kind of staying in it. Now, I was wondering if the Parkersburg South Patriots fans would stay here after that second quarter. It looks like they are going to try to stick around and see what the Patriots have here. And, of course, Parkersburg South fans are great. They always come out no matter what kind of season the Patriots are having. And that's a big thing. Like I was talking about the community of the football and just athletics in general here in Parkersburg area and surrounding areas. It's just a big thing now, Kids want to play sports. That's why this stadium was built. That's why that stadium field, the stadium is just so nice, and the turf is nice. And kids want to play sports, and they love it in West Virginia. It's something that they love to do. And yes, and I agree that academics come first, and that's why you're called an academic athlete or a student athlete, and that's why the student comes first, because you got to have the grades to play. And Trent James, for the first time tonight, will kick the ball off down to the 15-yard line. And Nathan Christ, cornerback, on the receiving end of that, will take the ball out to past the 30-yard line to do about the 33, and that's where the Golden Gales and Stockton will begin the second half of play. And what's on their minds is to try to nail the coffin shut, per se, and just make it where they lose all hope of trying to come back. But now the defense really, really has to step up for the Patriots. Spread the play out wide. Good open field tackle there. Brought down by number 19, Zach Dye on the tackle for the Patriots. Jesse Reed on the carry, a pickup of about 3 yards to bring up 2nd down 7. And just like I said at halftime, you've got to keep them under 3 yards because 4 plays, 3 yards, that's 12 yards, it's the first down. So if you can get 3 yards, 4 yards consistently, you're doing your job up front, and the offensive line is right now doing their job. Inside handoff, plenty of room up the outside, and he's going to be gone. So 2 plays into the half, and the Golden Gales are going to score on a 66-yard running play there by number 1, Georgie Carpenter, and that is 3 touchdowns for him this evening. And the Parkersburg South defense did not do what I was hoping it would at halftime by coming out and really stopping them. So now they're down 27-0 early in the second half. Kick is up, and it's through. So the score, 28-0, and with only 52 seconds off the clock, the Lancaster Golden Gales score once again, and now you really, really got to get going if you're the Parkersburg South to try to get back in this football game. So it took all of 2 plays for the Lancaster Golden Gales to get back in the end zone. It just seems that Parkersburg South's defense, when they get down, they just keep continually getting down on themselves. And I don't know if last week is playing in their minds once again because it just seems dejected. They're walking, and it's just and I guess I can see it a little more than most people because I played and I know what the feeling is like to get destroyed by somebody and then have to come back the next week and then get destroyed again. And I know that feeling, but you got to find it deep inside of you as an athlete to know that there are always going to be humps in the road no matter what you do in life, and you got to find a way to come up out of it. And that's what South's going to have to do right now. And that's Corey McPherson up the right side once again. I'm sorry, Sean Coe on the return this time. Picks the ball out to about the 26-yard line, and that's where Parkersburg South will take over on the right hash mark as Shannon Piggott's really got to get going now. Cody Nutter up the left side, staying on his feet. That'll be drugged down after a pickup of about 6 yards. That will give him about 5 yards, bring up 2nd down and 5. So a good gain there for Cody Nutter, but they're really going to have to get moving down the field to try to get back in this football game. They still have plenty of time. I'm not saying they don't have the time, but they just got to score. And then the worst thing, they've got to stop the onslaught that's happening right now for the Golden Gales. We'll kick it outside. This time is Cody Nutter. He's got some room to the outside. He's got 1st down yards and a bit more. Going to be brought down at about the 40-yard line. So a pickup of 10 yards on the play and a 1st down for the Parkersburg South Patriots. So good 2 runs there by Cody Nutter, their workhorse. Cody Nutter, the big fullback, 6'4", 220 pounds. He is a senior this year, and I remember him when he was a kid, and he was just a small kid, and he's grown up to be taller than I am and bigger than I am. So sometimes I feel a little jealous because I remember him as a kid, which makes me feel a little bit old sometimes. Going to run it to the outside, and he's going to be strung out and not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So bring up second down and about 11 yards to go for the Patriots here. I'm sorry, they're going to say that he did get back to the line of scrimmage. So second down 10. And a rare carry for Zach McMullen there. We haven't mentioned his name tonight, but he is filling in for Chad Knox, who was also hurt and out for at least this game, we know for sure. Now see McMullen in motion, going to run it up the middle with Cody Nutter. And a great tackle there. He had some room, but tripped up there by Ryan Curry. And if that's Cody Hurt, I'm not sure if who that is. I'm trying to see who is that. If that's Cody, he did get hit in the shins. I think he'll be okay. And just Cody. Let's see. Yeah, I think he got banged up a little bit. He's got to come out for this play, of course. And boy, that's a good sign for Parkersburg South Patriots because you cannot lose another running back. We are just depleted in the halfback section. We've got our fullback running full time now, so we just can't lose anybody else. A loss of 1 on the play, third down and 6 now. I'm sorry, a gain of 4 on the play, third down and 6 now for the Patriots. Shannon Pickett under center. Going to roll out. Wants to step up in the pocket. He's got running room to the left side. He gets a block out there from Stephen Roush. Going to call a block in the back. It will be a first down, maybe, depending on where they throw the flag. It is a block in the back on Roush. I thought he might have gotten turned around, but they're going to call it on him anyway. Where the flag is, if they move it back 10 yards, it's still going to be a first down. So it will be first down. They're just not going to get all the yards they got on it. Well, no, it's not actually. It's a 15-yard penalty. I it was 10 yards. Oh, from the end of the run. Okay, it wasn't where the flag was there. It was the end of the run. So it would be, now it's going to be third down and 3 because they'll get to replay the down. And out to Cody Nutter to the right side, and he is not going to get it. Pick up about a yard to bring up fourth down and a long 2 for the Patriots. Brought down there by Curry and a host of other white jerseys for the Golden Gales. The Patriots going to go for it on fourth down. And Shannon didn't get it on his first try, and I don't think he got it on his second try. He had a good second effort, but I think he's going to be, depending on the spot, be very, very close. And it just depends on when they move out of the way where I can see the football. And where they've got the ball spotted, and they are going to give it to him. I was going to say that they need to measure it, but it's over the 40-yard line. I just needed to get to the 40-yard line, so I'm sorry, the 50. And that's where it is. The ball is at midfield. Play up the middle, pick up about a half yard on the play for the Patriots. Shannon going to roll out. Got a guy open. Good catch there. Pitch and catch there. Caught by Zach McMullen this time out of the backfield. Pick up, we'll give him about 5 yards on the play, bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Patriots. So good read there by the Patriots quarterback, Shannon Pickett. He realized he was getting blitzed, threw the ball out in the flats to an open receiver. And Shannon Pickett looking very good at times tonight, and other times just not having the time to throw. Cody Nutter turning his legs. He's going to get the 1st down. Great run there by Cody Nutter, turning his legs, using his powerful upper body to get the 1st down yardage. So another 1st down for the Patriots. And 7 minutes to go on a running clock here in the 3rd quarter. Shannon's going to get away. He's got a guy open and just overthrows. And again, and this should have been a penalty in my opinion. The ball was not going to be caught and drove Parkersburg South Patriots receiver right into the ground. And not a very good, smart play by when you're up 28-0. However, you know, that's football, and you're going to get hit. And I'm not really sure who this is. I'm trying to see the number. They're looking at his knee. And I said Zach McMullen. However, that was Corey McPherson down, and he's still not off the field yet, needing a lot of help. And that is not a good sign for the Patriots because they've lost so many people already. And Corey McPherson, another one of the linebackers on defense, and now having to actually be, defensive back, and he's also one of our receivers, but now being helped off the field, carried off the field, it can't get back there to walk. So. And I apologize for the inconvenience. Dealing with some problems. Parkersburg South doing a great job driving the ball down the field. Pickett under center, going to hand it off up inside. Cody Nutter loses the football at the end. They're going to recover it, third down, and disaster once again for the Patriots at the 2-yard line. Nutter fumbles the football, and Lancaster falls on it. So Lancaster will get the ball on the first turnover of the night for the Parkersburg South Patriots after a great drive. I did happen to see the play where Pickett threw the football. I'm not sure if it was caught or not. It might have been trapped. However, it was completed. So Parkersburg South looking good there on that drive. And that's coming out not with the result that they wanted. And on the first play, saying they didn't have much time left on the clock, Staunton's got to call a timeout, so Lancaster will take their first timeout of the second half. And we need to take a break here on CAS Channel 45. You're watching Parkersburg South Patriot football on CAS Channel 45. We'll be back right after this. So first down for the Gales here on the, I'll say about the 15-yard line. First down and 10. Staunton still in the football game. Turnaround handoff to George up the middle once again, and he's got plenty of running room, up to 9, maybe a gain of 9 yards. That'll bring up second down and short. Parkersburg South's defense really needing to step up here. A good stop here on defense, but they're still going to get the first down. However, very good job containment there for the Patriots. So first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. I was thinking about the 26-yard line for the Golden Gales with about a minute and 22 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Only one score so far in the third quarter. It came from Lancaster. Hand off to Reed, still running, still got plenty of room to the outside, and he's got one man to beat and he can't do it. Brought down by Cody Nutter at the last second and over the 50-yard line, down to the 47-yard line inside Patriot territory. And the defense right now just can't wrap up. They're trying to tackle with their arms. And I think it's just a matter that they're tired. They've been running up and down the field all night long now, ever since the second quarter began. Rollout pass, going to throw one deep. Ball is caught all the way down to about the 15-yard line of Parkersburg. A great throw, great catch, came back, Ball was underthrown, and the receiver did his job and came back. So with 30 seconds left to go, marching down the field are the Golden Gales once again. Counter handoff to the outside, got some running room. All the way down to about the 5-yard line, I believe. Actually inside the 5, it'll be second down and goal now from the 4. And that'll end the third quarter play. The teams will change ends one last time, and we need to take a break for some commercials. You are watching Patriot football on CAS Channel 45. The score, Lancaster 28, Parkersburg South 0. We'll be back right after this. And back for the beginning of the fourth quarter. A couple scores to report to you, even though you're getting this tape delayed. Parkersburg High right now up on Riverside, only 12-7. So I believe PHS is in Riverside. I don't think PHS is at home. So they are down in Charleston for that game. And Marietta up 14-0 over Warren right now. As back play resumes and close to the end zone, and they're going to let him have the touchdown. So inside handoff results in a touchdown for the Lancaster Golden Gales on the first play of the fourth quarter, and that'll take the score out to 34-0. So just not a good night again for the Parkersburg South Patriots. It looked promising from the beginning, and then at the end it just kind of went by the wayside. Kick is up and good. So with just a few seconds off the clock here in the beginning of the fourth quarter, the score, Lancaster 35 and the Parkersburg South Patriots 0. And now the fans will start filing out, and it's just a matter of time to get the ball and run the timeout. But South's going to, this is the time you just don't die as a player. You know you're not going to win the football game now. You know you've just been defeated on every aspect of the football field, but you just can't quit. You go out there and you showed you're going to quit. You're just, the coaches aren't going to quit. They're going to keep calling plays. They're going to try to get you some scores, because now you're really trying to get ready for future games. You got Brooke coming in here next week. And Brooks got that mentality, well, we're going to come in there and beat them just like we beat them at Brooke last year. We did not play well at Brooke last year, and we got defeated up there. And Brooke is not a team that you can take lightly. They're not having a good season so far. They did beat John Marshall first game of the season, but they haven't won since, I don't believe. They got a really, really quick, fast running back who transferred in from New York City, who lived in the Bronx, and his father it plays for the Greyhounds, the High Valley Greyhounds, which is an indoor arena football league team that's in Wheeling. And so he transferred in, and he's playing at Brooke. He's a very good running back, so South's going to see him next week. And, of course, it's homecoming. So they got a lot to look forward to. This will drop them down to 2-2 on the season. But that's not the end of the world. They've got plenty of games to go. If they can get 3 of the next 4 games and wins, they got a tough schedule. If they can continually try to win football games, they'll maybe make it 6-4 and try to make the playoffs at the end of the year. The South can't hang their heads down. They're playing 2 really, really hard teams from the middle of Ohio, Cambridge and Lancaster. These are teams, beefy guys that play in the middle of Ohio in a conference that's just very, very difficult to play in. And South, of course, not being in a conference, not being in the MSAC or any conference, being independent, a lot of teams just won't play them, and there's just no teams that can play them, and South has to go out of state. And we went out of state for 4 games this year. We only have 6 in-state football games, and it's hard to get points. It's hard to know who you're playing. It's hard to get anybody to play you. So Cody Nutter with a good gain up the middle, but it's going to be negated for an illegal shift play, as we had too many guys not on the line of scrimmage. Either that or we had too many guys moving at once. So we'll back this up 5 yards, negate the first down running play. Now Cody Nutter's down. And this does not look good for the Patriots. Oh, I think it might just be a cramp. And I don't know if it's a cramp or it might be even dislocated. But I think they're just working out a cramp. It looks to me like it's a cramp, so we'll just try to keep it right here. But if this is an injury and not just a cramp, that will not bid well for the Patriots. They lose Cody Nutter as well. If you lose Cody, you've already lost Knox and you've already lost Menard, your other running backs. And this is just not going well for the Patriots. And I see Trent James' dad out there working on the cramp, so it might just be a cramp because they got all these guys really pushing down on his leg, and I'm not sure. Another score to report. Williamstown, up 17-0 on South Harrison. Now, I'm not sure if that game's at home or fair in South Harrison tonight. However, did Williamstown win last week? Did Williamstown win last week? Okay, so their regular season. Okay, their regular season record's still hanging in there, and they're going to have a really, really, really tough game against St. Mary's here later on in the season because St. Mary's is very good. They really handled Catholic easily last week, so that'll be a game that everyone should get to if you can't make it to a South game or a PHS game. Boy, if you can get to that Williamstown St. Mary's game, that will be one heck of a football game. Cody Nutter's still down, so since he's still down, let's take a quick 30-second break, maybe a minute break for commercials. You're watching Patriot Football on CAS Channel 45. We'll be back right after this. And we're back. Cody Nutter helped off the field off his own. He's actually under his own power, but walking kind of funny. I believe it's just a cramp, so Piggott in there now. Handoff up inside. And the Patriots are probably going to see the second teamers from Lancaster for the rest of the night, as most of their big guys are over here on the sidelines with their helmets off. So pickup of about 5 yards that they lost on the false start penalty. Bring up second down and 9 yards to go for Piggott and the Patriots. Pickett's going to roll out. Pass almost picked off there. A little overthrown, intended for number 37, Sean Coe on the flats. And that'll bring up third down and 9. Low snap, controlled by Piggott. Goes across the middle, got a wide open receiver. That's number 9, Sam Hessen, the tight end, across the middle. Sam's cramping. He's going to have to go off the field. So a lot of cramps. You'll have to eat some bananas out there, boys, because you're really... So cramping an issue. It is a little warm out. It's a lot warmer out tonight than it has been the past couple weeks, actually. Of course, the rain all week, and It's really kind of humid down there, and I can understand cramping this evening. Zach Sally in on the run, and he is definitely not used to running the football on offense. He is a defensive back or a defensive linebacker, I'm sorry. So right now getting some reps that he probably didn't think he was going to see, but with all 4 of our running backs out now, which you just hardly ever hear about. Pickett's going to have to roll out. He's got nothing. Good fake. He's got time to get rid of the football, and that's a heck of a catch, and they're going to give it to him. And that is one heck of a reception by I can think of his name, Stephen Roush. I don't even have to look, I just know him, but Stephen Roush, what a great diving catch on the sideline. Kept 1 foot in. Of course, that's all you need in high school. And a great play there. Great throw, great catch, and that's what a passing play is supposed to look like. So first down up into Gale territory, up to the 35-yard line. Pickett under center now. Sally in the backfield, going to hand it off to him up the middle. They brought down after a gain of 2. Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the post-game report. I'll give you some final things, some final thoughts, and the upcoming schedule once again before we get out of here this evening. Pickett in shotgun formation is going to step back and launch one deep. And almost picked off. Just too many backs back there for Pickett to throw it deep. So 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the half. Pickett going to roll out. I have to try and keep it. Going to run for close to first down yardage, and he may have it, depending on where they spot the football. So nothing open there, and Pickett uses his legs to get the first down. And we're going to have a timeout for a measurement. So it is a first down for the Patriots. So right at the 25-yard line for the ball will be spotted. First down and 10 for Shannon Pickett and his troops, who are marching very well. However, this is the second team in for the Golden Gales of Lancaster. Now Shannon's going to roll out to the right side. He's getting pressure from the right side, and it's picked off. Picked off there by number 7, Jordan Shaw for Lancaster. So the first interception on the night for the Shannon Pickett. And the second turnover for the Patriots.
So the second team offense for Lancaster will get a little bit of time on the field now to see what they can do with it. So pick up about 6 yards on the play. Second down and 4 for the Golden Gales after outside handoff back inside. Good containment there for the Patriots. That's what we need to see more of. And pick up about 2 yards on the play. So good containment, good defensive play there. Bring up third down and 3 for the Golden Gales. Run the option to the outside. He's going to string it out, and he's got some room. Pickett's last got to beat, and he beats him. Corwell on the carry once again. Pickup of about 24 yards on the play, and that'll bring up first down for the Patriots. And I apologize once again. I'm just dealing with a couple family issues right now, and I'm going in and out, so I apologize. And I know it's not the proper thing to do, but I have some issues going on with some kids and some family issues. So, again, I apologize, but the score now 42-0 on the score for the Golden Gales, and they continually pour it on. Parkersburg South's defense just, they just don't want to play right now. It's just they're tired. That's Trevor Griffith, the backup running back for the Gales on the carry on first down and 15. It'll be second down and 11 now with a pickup of 4. And again, stay tuned for the post-game report. We'll have some stats on the game. We'll talk about upcoming games, not just for Parkersburg South, but for PHS as well. 6 minutes to go on a running clock. Inside handoff. Still grinding out yards is the Golden Gales. That'll bring up third down and about 8. Most hurry rush to make it about third down and 6 for the Patriots. And off to the outside, and here we go. We got plenty of room to the outside. It's Griffith once again. The first down yardage up to the 23-yard line of the Patriots. Inside handoff to Griffith once again. Pick up a 5 yards. Bring up second down 5 for the Patriots. Just not tackling very well tonight as the Patriots, and that just comes from being very, very tired. And South going to come off here thinking, wow, we just got lost 2 weeks in a row. We were winning, everything was going well, and all of a sudden down the chutes. And they're going to go through this next week thinking, man, we're going to have our heads down. We're going to, they just can't do that. It's 2 losses. I mean, it's hard to go any football season and win every game, especially with a schedule such as South is playing this year. And honestly, South has been told in the past, well, you got too easy of a schedule. Well, now we got a tough schedule, and now you see why, it's sometimes not as good to play a tough schedule. Now, a couple years ago when we had a team, that would have been the nice year to have a tough schedule. Now, this year we're down a little bit. Okay, we're not as big. We're playing teams that that are twice the size of us, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. But when you make contracts with teams to play, you never know. You just don't know what you're going to have, and so that's always a big factor. So false start penalty to back it up 5 yards. Third down and 7 now for the Golden Gales. We're going to have another. I don't know if we're going to run the option to the outside, and he's going to score. Chris Dilger, the backup quarterback, on a quarterback option to the right side, scores another touchdown, and they just continually pile it on. And now you're going to begin to wonder, why in the world are they running up the score? But, some teams have that philosophy and others don't. So, and I'm not going to get into that situation because that could be a whole other story. And everyone has their own opinions on that. And as a coach, I just know that we don't run the score. We'll put in our third and fourth strings and have them just run dive plays. So. But it's all coaching philosophy, and so on to attempt the extra point. That moves the score up to 49-0. Parkersburg South just not having a good night, and you just take these losses and you forget them and you go on. You have a good week of school, a good week of practice, and you come back out on the field next week and it's a whole new game, a whole new week, and you try to do what's on hand at that time, and that opponent will be Brooke. So 4 minutes left here in the final quarter of play. And I am, as you can hear, losing my voice after everything that's been going on tonight. I thank you all for sitting in and watching. No, it's not been the most exciting game for those of you Parkersburg South Patriot fans, but it's always fun just to have a night of football. Friday night is just big time around this area. Football is always, everyone looks forward to it. They go through the week thinking it's time to play some football. Some final scores for you. PHS defeats Riverside 18-7. 18-7. So those of you watching this game, if you didn't hear the score on Friday night, if you're watching on Saturday, the score 18-7. Parkersburg does go down to Riverside and defeat the Warriors of Riverside. So a good win for against the Charleston Kanawha County team, and so that moves the Big Reds up to 4-0 on the season. And the kickoff more than likely going to hit out of bounds, and it will. Put the ball on the 40-yard line for the Patriots. Okay, it's on the 35-yard line. High school 35, college 40. And backup quarterback Kurt Busick in the game now for the Patriots. Kurt is the JV quarterback for the Patriots this season, and along with Zach McMullen. So we're getting a little bit of work here at the end of the game for the Patriots as you just take the loss and you go home and you're saying, well, it's over. Get some good sleep. The sun comes up tomorrow and it'll be a new day and a new thing. So Busick's going to throw the ball out and just nowhere. Goes to receiver. That'll bring up third down and long for the Patriots. Fourth down and long for the Patriots now. Shannon Piggott come in and punt the ball away, and it's just ever since the second quarter of play, it just seems like South has just totally dropped off. They just act like they haven't been here, and sometimes that happens. You got so many injuries. You're so down as it is because you've lost so many people, and we've lost a couple more guys tonight. Now we're going to have a punt return for a touchdown. But there is a flag down, so we'll see what the flag is. But that was thrown way, way, way before. I think it's going to stand because I think it's on the Patriots, actually. And it is on the Patriots, so waving off the flag. So touchdown Lancaster on the punt return. So nothing going right for the Patriots now. That'll move the score to 56-0. Now you just want to get out of here. Picks up and good. So 56-0 with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go. So Parkersburg South playing Lancaster the week after they played Cambridge, and ironically enough, Cambridge played Lancaster in this scrimmage at the beginning of the year, and I was talking to some people up north about that, and they said the Lancaster actually defeated Cambridge if you were to keep score. So this team may be a little bit better than Cambridge, but right now Parkersburg South just wishes they would never have played be the team. But you've got to play tough competition, because this is what an atmosphere in the playoffs is going to be like. If you make the playoffs, you're not going to have any easy kill over teams where you just know you're going to go into the game and run them over. So, and of course, at this time, the Golden Goats are thinking, why did we come down here and play this game? It's not helping us any. But Parkersburg South needs games like this. They need to realize that they can't win every game, that they're going to have downtime. And it's just things like this are going to happen. You just got to keep your head up, and I can't emphasize that enough as a coach myself, seeing teams, and I've coached many teams that now, especially young kids who just can't play. And, they can't win. They have trouble, and, you just keep telling keep playing, and that's what athletics are for. You just keep playing the game, and that's why you play it, just to love it. So one time we're going to run it back here once again. That's Sean Coe on the return for the Patriots. So Busick out once again for the Patriots. Busick's going to run the quarterback keep outside. That'll keep the clock running. Down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds now. Use the handoff up inside. Merman's got a little bit of room inside to pick up of about 4 or 5 yards on the play, bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Patriots. Run there by number 29, Austin Mosser in the game. And of course, the defense is going to stay in the game for the Golden Girls because they're going to try to keep that goose egg up on the board. It always looks good for teams back in their state to see that they put up big goose eggs. So, of course, defense goes down the field. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of playing the game and trying to keep a team under. So, 3rd down in play, and they're going to sneak up the middle and get the 1st down. And the clock will stop momentarily to get the chains moved, and then it'll restart again at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Spread it out, run it out wide. We'll pick up 5 yards. Chase Smith in running there for the Patriots. I wasn't even aware that Smitty actually played football. His nickname's Smitty. He plays basketball. He's played basketball at Winter Hassett. So I know who he is. I didn't even realize, looking down here as the game was going on, looking at all the players on the team, and I don't know them all because this is one season I just haven't. We're getting out of the people that I really, really know. These are the kids that I've actually coached in junior high now, so I know some of them, but some of them I just don't know for the fact that the Beach is going to put it up deep and just out of their hands, or out of the reach of the hands for number 24, Joe Reed. Down the right sideline, that'll bring up 3rd down, and it'll stop the clock momentarily once again with 31 seconds to go. So Parkersburg South maybe will just run this, and we'll see. Stay tuned for a very quick a post-game report. Here on CAS Channel 45 after the game. We'll get some stats and some upcoming events here on CAS Channel 45. Your home for Wood County Athletics. He's just going to roll out. It's going to be caught for a 1st down and more. Nice catch there by number 38, Tony Oth. A nice pass by Busick. So Busick actually rolling out to his opposite side and throwing across his body. Yeah, looked very good for a sophomore quarterback. Busick under center, going to hand it off up inside. And that should conclude the football game, and I believe it will, and it is, as they'll go back to the sidelines, and that will do it. So the final score, Parkersburg South 0, Lancaster 56. 2 straight losses for the Parkersburg South Patriots. We'll be back with the post-game show here in about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, whenever we decide to come back. You're watching Parkersburg South football on CAS Channel 45.